So my origin, I'm not sure where I came from. It's a question that I'm constantly asking. I know at some point in time, in historical time, my parents were probably ripped from the continent of Africa, traveled to America, and were indentured as slaves. And that's a story that I have to live with, and I also have to be perplexed by. I often think about people that change their names because I know that my name is not a given name. It's a name that was more than likely that of my slave owners, or the slave owners of my ancestors. When I think about my immediate place of origin, I was born in New York City, in Harlem, at a somewhat interesting time. But I traveled between New York City, Sumter, South Carolina, and St. Petersburg, Florida. When I think about my true origins, I think that my true origins probably has a great deal to do with my affiliation with being an artist. Because I am somewhat of a nomad and have no idea about my historical past, I've invented my past. I was told here that I have to be truthful. Making up stories is always easier. But I think the origins that if I have to identify, would be with education, schools, and colleges. I am one of 4 brothers, also traveling back and forth, both in the North and the South. Growing up in the 50s and 60s, I had 2 incredibly different experiences because in the North, being somewhat liberal, you were able to exist somewhat normally, but in the South, it was still segregated. So the question of origins is one which I still find perplexing and confusing. But if I had to state where I'm from, obviously America, but in terms of a detailed description of where I'm from New York University, where I became conscious, and every day I'm discovering where I'm from as I teach here at Manhattanville College.
Awesome. Thank you very much for this.